Hello YouTube people, today I am going to show you a watch from Berny with titanium case. I will show you how this watch looks like on 16.5 centimeter wrist and how this watch looks like on a bunch of different straps. This video is sponsored by AliExpress. AliExpress simply gave me some money, told me to buy some watches for my videos, so that's what I did. I bought this Berny watch. I also bought this beautiful Berny watch and I bought this torn watch. So AliExpress, thank you very much. It's very nice of you sponsoring such small YouTube channels, and it just feels amazing. You know, I just feel like a child buying toys for myself. So thank you very much. Let's talk about specifications. So the current price, as I see, is around 60 euros. And in my opinion, for a watch like this, it's ridiculously cheap. Ridiculously cheap. It's not just a reasonable price, it's actually ridiculously cheap for what this watch is, in my opinion, at least. So speaking about measurements, as always, I did all the measurements myself. So the diameter of this watch is 38 millimeters. Lug to lug distance is 43.5 millimeters. Lug width is 20. This watch has quartz movement with day and date. It has sapphire crystal, which is flat, but it has, as you can see, very good clarity, and I would say it has pretty good anti-reflective coating. I don't know what exactly does it have, but as I wear this watch on my wrist, I notice that the clarity is actually very good on this watch. Now, two important things I would say. This watch, off the strap, just the case alone, weighs 25 grams. This is titanium case, and titanium is 44% lighter than 316L stainless steel. So that's the biggest point of titanium, that it is 44% lighter than stainless steel equivalent. And how it compares, for example, this Casio LF20W, with the strap, this whole watch weighs 24 grams, and this watch, just the case alone, weighs 25 grams. And in my opinion, this is super light. It's like you take this watch and it's like, wow, oh my god, this thing is really light. And in my opinion, this adds quite a lot to the comfort of this watch, wearing this watch the whole day on the wrist. Lightweight watch always feels more comfortable. Now, another important thing for the comfort is that the thickness of this watch, according to my measurements, is just 8.4 millimeters, which in comparison, according to my measurements, of course, is exactly the same as F91W. It's exactly the same, 8.4 millimeters in thickness. And for me, the biggest important thing about F91W is that it's a very comfortable watch, because it is very lightweight, and because of slim profile, it just doesn't get in the way. It's wonderful. Whenever I'm doing something, you know, mechanical, and I want a watch that just wouldn't bother me and wouldn't get in the way, F91W is my choice. Now, this watch also very light, exactly the same thickness, so that's why this watch, in my opinion, in terms of a comfort, is simply wonderful. So yeah, that's very important. Now, another thing about specifications, this watch has a water resistance rating of 10 bars or 100 meters, but it only has push-pull crown and pressed in case back, so I'm not sure about that. It sounds a little bit optimistic, but would I take this watch for swimming? Yes, definitely. I have plans to use this watch as my daily, and swimming is one of activities that I do sometimes. So yes, I am actually going to take this watch for swimming and for saunas. And oh boy, if this watch dies, you guys gonna know it first. So let's hope it survives. I want to talk a little bit about the brand Berny. You know, you told me in the comments that Berny is a little bit dorky name. It has several associations, that Berny this, Berny that, and that's why Berny sounds a little bit dorky. But you know, I'm not native English speaker and I don't have such associations in my mind, so I'm good. For me, Berny is just a nice name and it sounds good for a watch brand and it looks good on the dial. So I don't have problems with that. What I want to talk about actually is about this new trend that people start to hate on watch brands, on logos and such. You know, I'm not gonna elaborate too much on that. I'm just gonna tell you what I see, what's happening. And it all started on Reddit. Few guys told about several brands that they don't like the brand logos, brand names, etc. And such attitude got a trend. You know, people are basically herd animals, like sheep a little bit, and few people told something, now other people started repeating that behavior, and it becomes a new trend. So new trend is just hating brand names and hating logos, from what I can observe. Because for example, I did video, well, it's just example, okay, I make a video, for example, about this beautiful Adesdai watch, and as usual, I get comments about people complaining that, oh, it's a nice watch, I would buy it, but I just hate that logo on the dial. Well, okay, understandable, whatever. You know, I make video, for example, about this Adesdai watch, and surprisingly, people say, oh, nice logo, but I just hate the brand name Adesdai, come on, diving on, and dress style watch just doesn't come together, blah, 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 this and that. You know, people unhappy, still unhappy. Then I make video, for example, about some kind of San Martin, and guess what? People complaining that, oh, it's a nice watch, I just don't like how the logo looks like, so I'm not gonna buy one because the logo on San Martin doesn't look nice. And you know, strange thing is then, when people talk about Adesdai, they say, oh, I don't like logo on Adesdai, I wish it would look like San Martin because San Martin looks amazing. I make video about San Martin and people say, oh, I don't like the logo on San Martin. It's just, guys, come on, what the hell is going on? It's just ridiculous. Make your mind already. You know, Berny, it's a nice name, at least it's not a Berny design. You know what I'm talking about. It's Berny, it's nice name, and the way it is written on the dial, it's exactly the same font as Casio. I like that. So I don't know, it's just my small rant about the current trend as this, you know, I know, it's just silly. You are free to comment under my videos, tell whatever opinion you have, it's all fine. I never delete comments, I never did that. Whenever someone makes a rude comment which straight up tries to insult someone, for example, I never delete. I just simply ban the whole user out of the channel. There are no deletes from me, I only ban, that's it. So if you are still able to leave comments under my videos, that means that I have never deleted any of your comments, simple as that. So yeah, your opinion is always welcome and such, but in my opinion, this trend on hating brand names and logos went a little bit too far. At this point, it's just, I don't know, it's just every time I see a comment right now, someone telling that, oh, I like the watch, but I don't like the brand name, I don't like the logo, I just feel like, oh, I just roll my eyes, not again. That's how it feels like. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Now I want to tell you my opinion about the material used on this case, titanium. Titanium is 44% lighter than stainless steel equivalent, therefore it is basically 44% more comfortable, more reasonable to be used on a watch that's gonna be used as a daily because of the lightness. And also it is anti-allergenic material. You know, if you have sensitive skin, titanium is a very good choice because allergic reactions to titanium are extremely rare. So it's very good for sensitive skin. That's why titanium is oftenly used in medicine as well, because it doesn't react to the skin, it doesn't react to the body fluids, so it's very good for that. Also, titanium, at least in my eyes, is very exotic material, it's very special, and my view also comes from bicycle world. You know, when bicycle has a titanium frame, it's usually very, very special and usually very expensive bicycle, because you know, on a watch there isn't too much material to make a difference in price really, but on a bicycle, bike frame is far larger, and that increases the price because titanium is more expensive than stainless steel. And not only that, it's far more difficult to shape and weld, and that's why usually titanium frame bicycles are not mass produced, which further increases the price of bicycles that have titanium frame. Therefore, bicycles with titanium frame, they usually are not necessarily technically better than well-made aluminum alloy bicycles. They are just more prestigious, more special, you know, and usually they don't even have paint on their frame, because it just looks so special, looks so cool. When you see a bicycle with titanium frame, you instantly recognize it, and it just looks spectacular, and you instantly know that that's, you know, expensive item. It's a luxury item, the bicycle with titanium frame. And when a watch with titanium frame is not seen as something special, that just breaks my mind. Honestly, I just don't understand that. I understand that some people prefer stainless steel case because of the brighter look, for example, but in my mind, when that case is sandblasted to give this militaristic look, titanium looks a lot better because it is darker. It makes this a little bit cooler vibe, cooler look, and it is instantly recognizable. You see this watch on the wrist, you see this dark tone of titanium, and you instantly recognize, oh, that's titanium case watch. Oh, that's cool. You know, I just don't understand why in the eyes of a public, watches with titanium case are not seen more cool. It's just like people talk about them like, yeah, whatever, watch with titanium case, who cares? I mean, come on, this is exotic material. This watch has titanium case, sapphire crystal, it is super slim. 60 euros. How the hell this watch costs 60 euros is just beyond my mind. I just don't understand. You know, when we talk, for example, about dress style watches like this, Berny, okay, then yeah, stainless steel case makes a lot of sense because it can be manufactured in a lot more intriguing, shiny way. It looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But when we are talking about sporty everyday watches, titanium case is just far superior because of lighter weight, anti-allergic options, material options, sorry for my English, and because it looks exotic. It's exotic and looks cool, dark. So anyway, that's my personal take on titanium case, why I see it special, and in my mind that looks very special, looks very exotic, and I really like the idea of having titanium case watch on my wrist. It's like, you know, if I would give equivalent everyday sporty watch titanium case, that would be equivalent of a dress watch that would have an actual gold case, not golden, but actual gold. So that's how special titanium case on a watch feels for me. Speaking about comfort, you probably already got the idea that this is very, very comfortable watch. And you know what, I would probably go as far as telling you that this watch is actually more comfortable than F91W. At least very, very comparable. Because thickness is exactly the same, and thickness is very, very important for the comfort. 8.4 millimeters. Both of these watches have the same thickness, and thickness on this watch is one of the most important things why this watch is so comfortable, because it just doesn't get in the way. And another thing is lightness. How light is this watch? And this one is also a super light watch. The case alone just 25 grams. I just don't feel this watch on my wrist. Now, this F91W has a problem. When you take it out of the box, it comes with straps completely straight. And when you put this watch initially on your wrist, it just doesn't feel nice. It sits awkwardly on your wrist. And what I do for these Casio watches, what I do for these Casio watches to make them feel nice, actually bend the strap and submerge it in a boiling water for 10 seconds to make it stay that way, to make it stay bent. So I form them in this oval shape so that these Casio watches would feel nice on my wrist. So straight out of the box, Casio watches don't feel good. I have to do extra things to make them feel good. And even that, so, you know, plastic strap all day long on the wrist might get a little bit sweaty in hot summer days. It's not always perfect. But on this watch, not only the original strap feels absolutely wonderful, but you can change straps. You can put any strap you want on your wrist, and for hot summer day you can put a strap with multiple holes or something else. So in my opinion, this Berny is actually more comfortable than these super comfortable Casio watches. And speaking about the strap, it's very soft, very squishy, very flexible. It seems to be very well made, very well stitched together, and everything. It's a very high quality strap in my opinion. Even the buckle and keepers are titanium as well. The only problem with this strap is why I cannot wear this watch on this strap. So initially in the unboxing video I told you the problem is that there is too much strap left, that it is too long for me. But honestly I thought that the second keeper is stitched in place. Oops, my bad, it is actually loose. So there is no such problem. It looks fine on my wrist. The problem is different. The problem is that those keepers are made out of metal, and whenever I put my hand next to the keyboard, these metal bits scratch into the wooden table, and that just feels very unpleasant. Every time I put my wrist on the table, it just feels like I'm grinding those keepers into the table. It just feels awful. I wish those keepers were made out of fabric like on this strap. These feel nice. These feel very bad, but you know, if you don't sit next to PC all day long, that might not be a problem, because the strap other than that feels absolutely wonderful. That's how the case finishing looks like on this watch. It's some kind of sand blasted, bead blasted, whatever blasted finishing. You know, I don't know, I'm not an expert, so you feel free to correct me in the comments. What's nice about this finishing is that it does not get fingerprints, so I don't need to wear gloves showing you this watch. And case back looks like this. Berny titanium quartz, water resistant, 10 atmospheres, and it's a pressed in case back, and this is that little bit for opening the case back. Crown is very small, but so is the watch. It's a very slim watch, so I believe basically this crown couldn't be any larger, because then it would be digging into your skin. So it's correct size for this kind of slimliness, I would say. Nice thing about this case is that lug ends are not sharp. They feel fine. The only sharp bits are on the inside edges. These edges are sharp, but generally speaking, handling this watch, I don't notice those edges, and I don't feel them when the watch is on my wrist, so it's fine. And if you feel those bits annoying, they are very easy to fix, to dull them down, so not a big deal. And I think it's very special that this watch is just 8.4 millimeters in thickness, exactly the same as F91W. That makes this watch to look very special in my eyes. I just don't understand why such slimliness is not seen in public eyes as more special, because for me that is very special. And you know, for example, let's put for comparison this lovely beautiful Adidas dive watch, which I like very, very much. And I wouldn't call this Adidas dive thick, but I also wouldn't call it slim. You know, it does appear to be rather slim because of how this case is shaped, because you generally see this edge of the case, and it creates this visual perception in your eyes that this watch is rather slim. But if I put this watch next to this Berny, this Adidas dive looks rather bulky in comparison. So yeah, in my eyes, this Berny is rather special. Not only it has exotic material for the case, but It's special because it's very slim. Dial on this watch, in my opinion, looks rather special, very interesting. It has this interesting texture. And also another thing which is very nice in my opinion is that the design of indexes and hands is exactly the same. Sometimes, quite often, hands and indexes look completely different on many watches, but on this watch just look at the finishing on the indexes and hands, and it is exactly the same design, and I really like this kind of cohesiveness. That looks well thought out, that looks really good, really good. So what surprised me in a dim light is how playful those indexes and hands are, how shiny, how sharp they look like. They are very beautiful. You know, as dull as this case looks like, those shiny hands and indexes offset that dullness quite a bit. You know, I could even compare to this beautiful Adidas dive, how amazing it looks like in a dim light. Those hands, indexes, it's just so playful. Very nice watch, very nice watch. But this Berny also, it catches light very nicely, and for example, when I brush my teeth in the evening before going to sleep and I see this watch on my wrist in front of a mirror, I'm just like, oh boy, this thing is nicely shiny thing. You know, first of all, you wouldn't think like that about this watch. You know, it's stealthy, cool looking watch. You wouldn't think that it's gonna have shiny, beautiful bits, but it does. So that's nice. Speaking about the Lume, when I did unboxing video, I was a little bit disappointed with the Lume performance on this watch, but I was wrong, because, you know, especially initially when you look next to these Tandoori watches, I mean, this one is just crazy. this one fully loomed dial is just crazy. This one also surprised me. Lume on this watch is actually fairly decent. I don't know how long it lasts yet, I haven't tested, but initially it looks rather strong. And I take this one and I'm like, oh, it's like Casio level Lume, nothing impressive. But I tried this watch last night as my night watch. I charge it up, I put it behind my pillow, and I tried to read the time in the morning. And you know what? I had absolutely no trouble telling the time on this watch in the morning. So what's deceiving is that Lume on this watch is very slim, and it's relatively dark blue color. But once your eyes adjust to the darkness, it's actually very easy to see, and it lasts till the morning, no problem whatsoever. So that's very nice. I'm very happy about that. It's time to do the strap show. So, you know, some people say this watch looks boring. My wife included. She also says, this watch looks boring. And I tend to disagree a little bit. In my eyes, this watch looks grown up. It looks cool, it looks grown up, it looks very cohesive. And because of this somewhat, you know, simplicity, this watch looks very good on a lot of different straps, which I'm about to show you. I really like this somewhat grown up stealthy look. It looks really good, and I like how special it looks with this titanium case. I just love this watch, man. So first strap is probably my favorite, to be honest. This is a leather strap that has this aging effect. It collects all kinds of wrinkles and scratches very easily. It looks a little bit aged, even though the strap is still relatively fresh, and I somehow think it matches the character of this titanium case very well. This is very cool strap on a very cool looking watch. In my opinion, it matches very well. And this is another strap that also looks very cool on this watch, in my opinion. I'm just afraid that in a video it's gonna look exactly the same as the previous strap. So the difference is that this one is just matte finish black, very comfortable, very good strap, and it looks also grown up like this watch, and I think it matches this watch very well. Now if you think that this watch looks boring, you can always put this watch on some crazy strap and liven it up. This strap is probably not my choice, but it definitely livens up this watch quite a bit. So yeah, it's one of the ways how you can liven up the watch. I think this watch looks very good on a black silicone tropical strap. I'm not sure if you're gonna see it well on the video because of the contrast, but what I really like is that the pattern on tropical silicone strap matches the pattern of the dial in a very nice way. It's not the same, but it looks rather similar, so it's just nice, you know. It looks like this strap would be original on this watch. Matches the dial very well. This silicone strap I think looks very good on this watch. You know, blue silicone strap on a watch that has blue dial. It has very similar brightness, well, not brightness maybe, but intensity of color. So it matches rather well. And you can find all those straps on my website thomaswatchreviews.com in the menu section called straps. This is two-piece nylon strap, gray, and it matches this gray titanium case very well. Just a little warning, if you wanna buy this two-piece nylon strap, just don't buy colors, because colors will dye your wrist. I had one in blue and it left my wrist blue, but no problems with this gray one. And it's very, very comfortable, and it's also very good in water activities. Brown suede leather strap. I think it contrasts with this blue dial very nicely. You know, I'm at the point where I feel a little bit bored of brown straps in general, but I like how it contrasts with this blue dial. Yes, this combination I do like. I think it doesn't look childish, it looks still grown up, but very, very nice. Very nice. And this strap feels wonderful. I like these suede leather straps very much. That's how this watch looks like on elastic gray strap, and I think it looks seriously good. It looks seriously good on this strap. It just matches it so well. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now if you still think this watch is boring, you can always put it on a red strap. Nothing looks boring on a red strap. So yeah, it actually looks pretty good, you know, this blue dial on a red strap pops out quite a bit visually. I bet it would look good in the middle of the summer like this. Yeah, it's pretty good. So as I told you, very surprisingly playful watch, looks very good on many different straps. How about this luxurious looking shiny green nylon strap, which also is very, very comfortable and surprisingly durable as well. Not bad, not bad. I'm not sure if shiny strap looks okay on this watch, but I don't hate it. It looks okay. It looks okay. This is one of my favorites, this gray nylon strap, which looks amazing on many different watches, but I think it looks especially very good on this dark titanium case. It just matches this watch so well. It looks just so good. Yeah, I really like it. And what's nice about this super slim watch, that it feels and looks really good on nylon straps. You know, it has material behind the case, yet still sits slim on a watch, as you can see. That's nice, you know, I really like this watch. Such an awesome watch, man. I'm very, very surprised how much I actually like it. What can I tell you for the ending of this video? Well, I really hope I have proven you that this is not a boring watch, far from it. Not only it is made out of exotic materials like titanium and sapphire, but also is very playful on many different straps. So no, I could not call this watch boring, far from it. So I seriously like this watch. And you know what's funny is that the more I like the watch, the longer the video ends up to be. Because I just don't count my time, and I don't see this as I'm making the video, you know. All I'm doing, I'm just playing with the watch, that's it. And the more I like the watch, the more I play it, the longer the video is. So it's very good indication of how much I like the watch. So yeah, I really like this watch. Very strong recommendation. Thank you AliExpress for sponsoring me once again, and thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.